Hi there, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way. What a beautiful day it is to celebrate love. So let's talk about value-based versus cheap insurance, okay? So, hey, by all means, I'm not saying you ought to buy the most expensive insurance. Believe me, I'm a very frugal person myself. The only difference is that I pick my battles wisely. I allocate where I spend my money where it counts the most. So here are the strategies when it comes to purchasing value-based insurance versus cheap insurance. And believe me, I get a lot of different types of cases where unfortunately, and every insurance agent, broker, consultant can agree, we hate it when we have to take a call from a client who had a loss, an accident, and we open up their file in our management system and they say, hey, I got into an accident and I gotta have, I'm injured and I need a rental vehicle, and let's see, my business was broken into, and my computers were stolen, or I had a data breach on my server, or when it comes to homeowners insurance, let's see, I didn't have the proper coverage for earthquake, or maybe there was a flood-related loss. I hate to tell a client, you're not covered. You don't have the coverage. It's the worst feeling. In fact, I hated it so much early in my career that I made it a point to always explain and educate my clients. Because I discovered, and I've trained my team to do the same, I've discovered that the reason you don't purchase valuable insurance and kind of resort to cheap insurance is because nobody's ever sat down with you and explained things to you. And you may have felt kind of stupid to ask, right? And listen, I understand. And that's why I'm making these videos. 3 things to consider the next time, or even now, when you're considering insurance. And what you want to do is you want to purchase insurance with an informed posture. So the 3 things I want you to focus on is A, who is the agency that you're dealing with? Who's the agent? How is the agency run? Is there a sense of passion? Is there a sense of commitment? When you call the front desk, what's your experience? How accessible is your agent? Does your agent take time to make videos, to send newsletters, to consult and educate? Consider that as your first front when it comes to buying value-based insurance. So agency matters. How is their rating? How is their website? Are they improving themselves? So the agency is an indicator of whether you're buying cheap insurance or value-based insurance. Okay, so accessibility is important, and like I said, importance of considering that. Second thing, the carrier, the insurer. Remember, the agent, broker, is simply a middle person between the consumer and the insurance company. So is the insurer reputable? Not famous. There are very reputable carriers that you may never have heard of, but they have an A rating. You want to look at AM Best. AM Best is an organization that scrutinizes insurance carriers based on their performance, financial stability, their outlook, fiscal responsibilities. You want to make sure you have an A-rated preferably A plus rated carrier. Okay, so also consider that. And I think the third thing is, you know, this kind of goes back to the agent, but what are you purchasing? Do you understand bodily injury liability, property damage liability, uninsured motorist bodily injury liability, uninsured motorist property damage, collision deductible waiver, medical payments, comprehensive deductible, collision deductible, rental reimbursement, roadside, glass coverage? Do you understand what these are? And if you don't understand, you need to have a place where it is safe to ask. Often people don't buy the insurance that they need because they're trying to save $5, $10, or they're not buying enough insurance. You know, if you have a house and you have assets and you have a teenager, you definitely want to make sure that you have adequate coverage, right? And you got to make sure who is driving your car. Do you have permissive use? You know, a lot of cheap insurance policies have exclusions on, it's called named driver only policies. If you lend your car out to somebody and they wreck it, there's no coverage. There may be a triple deductible. There may be state minimum coverages. So that's very important that, you know, you understand what you're purchasing. And believe me, spend a little bit more on insurance and consider saving a little bit more on other items. What I'm asking you to do is consider making insurance a little bit of a higher priority in your frugality. And frugality is great, but put some precedence on insurance and don't always look to jump from one agency to another agency just because you're saving $5, $6, $7 a month. Again, good to save, but don't compromise value, because when you really need the insurance, you know, it's going to make a whole lot of difference. You know, when you have a claim, and the most frustrating thing is you can't get a hold of your agent, you get the voicemail, you don't get return calls, or you know, you file the claim, the adjuster doesn't call you back, you're sitting there waiting, trying to figure out what to do, and you're in shock, you may be injured, your business may have been robbed, and you just can't get a hold of people. And it's the most frustrating thing. And so it behooves you to just educate yourself and purchase the peace of mind that you need, spend a little extra, buy the value that you need so that you're not stifled in the pursuit of creating wealth. You know, I'm in the financial protection industry, but I don't just protect financial stability. I also focus on financial mobility, because, you know, the consequential effect of your vehicle being stolen, the consequential, right, effect of that, can that cause you to have a lack of income, right? Financial mobility protection is very important. Is it important that if you're running a business that you have business income protection, so that when there's an interruption in your revenue flow because of a covered loss, the insurance company is paying money to keep your business alive? That's very important. And is there a deductible for business income? These are things that you really need to consult an agent with. And of course, with Fidelity Insurance, you know, I'm an all-in player in this space. I am a person that loves the industry. I work really hard. My agency has been in business for over 10 years. We just expanded. We have an incredible team here. Give me a call, visit me, and I appreciate you watching my videos. There's more fascinating, exciting, educational videos coming up, and I will keep the flow of information exciting if you don't mind, please like my video here, like my YouTube channel, be a subscriber, and of course, give us a call. We'd love to see you. We appreciate your business, and we will see you shortly. Thank you so much.